I missed the part where that's my problem.
Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, here's the tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start off by building a launcher. So what you're going to need for the launcher is a pen. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do to the pen is pull off the red parts. So we just pulled off the front part with like the ink cartridge on it. And we're just pulling up this back part. Alright, so take an elastic and put it at one end of the pen. And then stretch it to like the middle of the pen. Then we're going to grab some electrical tape and we're just going to put it in the middle of the pen so we can keep the elastic in place. Alright, so right here I just made a base plate which is 14 centimeters by 9 centimeters. And basically what it's going to do is going to hold the launcher and the motor in place. So originally I was going to use this old motor from my Batman grappling hook video. But while trying to take it off, I kind of broke it. So we're just going to use this old drone motor. So I've decided that I'm just going to take my old web shooter and use that. But I'm still going to explain how the circuit works. So right here is the battery, the button, the motor, the negative wire, and the positive wire. So basically how this works is that the electricity from the battery will go through the positive wire, through the motor, and it can't go back to the battery because the button's in the way. So once you press down the button, the circuit will be complete and the motor will move. So right here I took 3 skewers and I kind of put them in like the shape of like a teepee. And basically this is going to be used for like the spool when we bring it all back in, and we won't have to unspool it when we go to shoot. So I've simply just attached the spool to the motor, and yeah, we're going to test it real quick. So I glued it back together and I just put tape around it, and we've also gotten pretty far. I've glued everything to the base plate and I've added another plate under it to act as the wristband. So I took the launcher from the start of the video and I just glued it on top of the reel. So here's what you're going to need for the bullet. You're just going to need a skewer and some sewing thread, or I don't know, it's a sewing line. But anyways, you just want to take it and tape it around the tip of the bullet. So right around the reel I had these 2 walls, and that's so when we try to bring the rope back in, we have to put the rope through there just so it comes back nicely and it doesn't get tangled as much, and it will let us shoot the bullet better. So I added some of the details from the web shooter off of like an image I found on Google, and maybe use thinner cardboard when you do this, because when you use thicker cardboard it's gonna like just fall off when you try to bend it around your wrist. So definitely use thinner cardboard. So I have 2 recommendations here. Either you paint it before you attach everything, or just use a thinner brush when you're painting everything.
What we do here is go back.
So thank you for suggesting that idea. Good idea, by the way. And if anybody else has any other cool ideas that you'd like me to build, I will be sure to make that, and I will totally give you credit for it. And if you're thinking I'm running out of ideas, I'm not. I have so many ideas. It's just I'm too lazy to make them. But let's quickly just point out some like flaws. I would like to tell you guys about the web shooter, because I don't want you guys running into these. Alright, so flaw number 1, the design obviously doesn't really look exactly like the Stark web shooter. I was focusing more on the function, and then you got this giant bullet too, so that's kind of a second flaw. Third flaw, honestly, this got me so annoyed. This string would always get like tangled, so yeah. I was gonna use thicker string, but there's like no room in there for thick string, because when you like reel it back, it's just, there's not gonna be enough room and it won't unspool. So yeah, I had to use the thin string that got tangled a lot, so that's why you barely saw me reeling it back in some of the clips.